hopefully on this live stream there not be any weird comments. There won't be anyone calling me bro or dude or commenting emojis that are, or excuse me, not emojis, like abbreviations of offensive things, or the other thing is just asking me to do things that I want to do, or whatever else comes up that's a negative. Um, I don't think that those who view these live streams are actually I question if they're subscribed to my channel and if they follow my content. Like I question that because it just seems like a lot of them do not do that. So, maybe I'm gonna have to change it to subscribers only at some point when I get enough of a following. I don't know. I'll have to say I don't know how to do that on the phone, but anyway, I'll just allow anyone to come in. So, all right. So, I mean, the very, very first thing that I just want to say before I get into all that I wanted to talk about is, hopefully I remember everything. Um, I mentioned this on my Real Me podcast about this voice in my head that ruins my life. This voice is, it's such a problem. It's such a problem because, um, I go to work and I function in my daily life, or I try to, and it is persistent and it doesn't go away, and I can't think in a rational, clear way with it. And I also don't feel very empowered with it. I don't feel this sense of power that I can get through it. I feel like I'm disempowered, and I feel like it is large and in charge in my head. And I'm just, whatever I say, I have to be very, very careful with my speech because I analyze what I say. Like, I explained it all in that video. So if you want to understand this, go see that video. But it's not just an outside, it's not just an inside in your head thing that you can just, you know, just let it be there and work like it, function in your daily life. It is more serious than that. It is more serious than that. It is very much the outside world, and anxiety gets triggered when they say things like this whole issue. And I'm and every time I go to work, the voice comes every time, and it's like, oh, I'm dreading tomorrow because it's probably going to come again. So I'm just sick of it. So anyway, that's enough on that. I want to get into what I want to talk about. And you're absolutely free to comment. um, if you so wish to. It's good that I'm seeing comments. If I should see comments in these live streams, so feel free to comment. Just try not to comment anything against my values in terms of what I believe in, because I'm just, after a point I'll kind of get sick of seeing those comments and then addressing that in live stream. So anyway, the very very first thing. Hello, intern national. Oh yeah, it's hard to read this name. Maybe I'll turn my light up because my light on my phone is very very low in terms of what's lighting. Like I have my light down extremely low in my phone because it's just, I don't know. Anyway, the very very first thing that I wanted to talk about is, last I couldn't sleep last night. So I was like, I'm not going to come on and do a live stream because my mind is not clear. I haven't rested. I haven't got my mind in a clear place. So it was not appropriate to do. So I didn't want you to think like this person's going live in the middle of the night. Like, I don't want to do that because it's not good for my health. And, my family, is sleeping, and the room is like right next to mine. And so, there's a lot of reasons. So instead, I couldn't just lay in bed. I had to get on, and I got rid of a lot of videos um, on my channel. There were a lot of videos up there that were of me when I was little, of me when I was playing around, doing my pretend stuff, my menton, playing around, and I just was like, I had reasons for putting that up there because I just just impurified and tainted and distorted so many things. But I was like, now that I'm in a better mindset, I just don't want that stuff up there anymore. I don't want others to see me in that way. I don't want anyone. Well, first of all, I just don't feel comfortable having that up there, and I don't want to have anyone see me thinking, "Oh, this is a weird person for putting this stuff up there." So I got rid of it. And I left, well, I mean, I kind of wish I didn't get rid of the videos from my original channel, but I did, and I don't think I'm going to re-upload that stuff. So I'm going to go to my original channel and, get rid of the extra videos there. Sometime I'll do that, sit down and do that. But I have reduced it down to like where it started was 5.2K videos to 1.3K videos, and I feel so much better now that I did this with the videos. Um, you know, I feel so much better about doing this because I don't feel like it would be embarrassing. And I'm gonna see what I can do to get 1,000 subscribers. Like that's my only expectation at this point. Close to 1,000, 1,000. You know, I have to look up ways of doing that, and I'll see what I can do to get that number of subscribers because I want more following on my videos, and I want more to follow me because I put so much work into my videos. I want them to get more attention. Not you're not expecting a million or 100,000. Just a bigger amount, like kind of a more significantly bigger amount than the current number of subscribers I have now. So I will see about trying to do that. That's my idea. And so, the timing is perfect because I've gotten rid of those extra videos. More people will be seeing my videos. It will look, oh, it's, the oldest video, looking through all my videos. And I don't want them to come across all those videos of me that shouldn't be up there because I feel embarrassed. And I just want to, when I talk about videos, in my childhood, I just want you to just hear me talk about it, not be able to see it. I don't want you to be able to see it. And I'll have to go through and get rid of the ones on my other channel. Um, my original channel as well. So, it is healthy to care about, your image. Well, not your image, just how you come across online, because it is a public space, and well, right now with my content, I will fully express myself. There is some natural kind of limitations that I do have that I built up when it comes to being online and doing it publicly. Yes, I am liberated and all that, but I want to make a good impression at the same time. So it's both and self-expression, make a good impression. So it's both and with all these kind of things like that. Now, um, I believe that's all that I wanted to cover with that. The next thing that I wanted to cover was, um, you know, my progress moon is in Leo right now. And I have been really feeling this calling to put myself out there, to really express, to be creative, be my authentic self, express my creativity out into the world. Like Leo is a creative sign. Whatever the creativity is, my creativity is through speaking, writing, talking, communicating, and doing videos. That's how I express my creativity. And so I have been really at this for um, a while now. And I had the mindset of, well, I'll cut down the uh, not looking at the camera. Uh, I'll cut down the uh, what was I saying? Okay, so let me go back because I lost my train of thought. Um, so let me just go back to the beginning and refresh myself because I can't remember what I said. Um, I I'm trying to think. What was I saying? What was I saying? Can I look at my thing? My progress mood is in Leo. Okay, so I tried to cut down the Bastions of Google podcast videos every week to just 3 videos a week. 3 videos a week. Um, but you know what? I'm kind of feeling like I want to do more than that. I thoroughly, really enjoy doing videos. It's a joy to do videos. It's a joy to sit down and be so immersed in what I'm talking about, and be immersed in what I'm talking about, and be very, very absorbed in that. I'm trying to look at myself. Like whenever I look at myself, I look away at myself. It's very, very difficult to look at myself when I'm doing these things. But it is very charming to just see yourself whoever you are. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Um, to you know, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go into that. But yeah. Um, y- it is a joy to talk and then share the insights and the ideas that come up, and there's just this dopamine, this really, really good feeling that I get about myself when I do videos. That makes it fun to do. Like it's fun to do nowadays. It used to not be. It used to be like, oh, I got to do this again. And I kind of enjoyed it when I did it, but I never really looked forward to it. Now it's the opposite. So, I want to do more videos because I want to continue to um, do the videos. Um, and I want to do more videos because I don't want to cut myself off from doing what I really, really enjoy doing, because this is my passion. This is how I express my creative energy. This is my outlet, is doing these videos. Like, okay, growing up, I didn't have barely any friends. My parents kind of overindulged me a little bit with the camera that I got started. But as soon as I got the camera, I was off filming video after video after video. Like that, to be real about it, and I'm not afraid to admit it. This was my childhood growing up, and my parents did not put the proper kind of limitations, put a little bit more limitations on me when it comes to using the camera. They kind of just let me, do my thing, and then it just kind of, like how, like your astrology is, tells you a lot. And maybe it also tells you how you were raised, because how you were raised and how you grew up, really tells you, um, really tells you, a lot about who you will become as a person. So I am who I am, and I'm not going to change that with my personality and the factors that make up who I am. I'm not going to apologize that, or whatever. Um. Okay. If I could only look at what. So I Uh, um, I had the camera growing up, and I didn't want to cut myself off from video making because it's something that I thoroughly enjoy doing. So you'll probably see more videos because I want to continue to do my Bastions of Google podcast. I want to do more videos. There's just videos that I just really want to film, and I can't wait week after week to do them. Like, I really want to do a video on Neptune, the second house, because I have that placement and I have some things to say about it. I'll get to that later at the very, very end. But so I have some things I want to say about it, and I want to do a video. I want to do videos on my placements to give you the real, you know, inside, scoop and look at my life and discuss these placements in depth because I'm very interested in these placements. And I want to do meditations for the different north nodes and the different placements, and do visual journeys for each. Like north node in Gemini would be like being in a community. North Node in Virgo would be like in a chamber of mystics, and you have a uh, a drum, and then like it's time for breakfast now, and then the ones get together. And then I'm gonna plan on doing it for Capricorn uh North Node. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take one of Colette Baron Reed's meditation and kind of copy it. Because it's so good and I feel it's so appropriate for Capricorn North Node. Um, because it's like flying on your bird. It's like getting perspective, getting out of the emotional mess of what's going on and doing all that. And so I have ideas for doing these meditations, and I will do the meditation as I'm doing it so that I can slow down. I'll fully relax while doing it. Because if I just talk and have notes and I do that, then I'll probably move pretty fast, and then I want to do it while I'm doing it. So maybe you can look for those meditations and more episodes of the Bastards of Google podcast that may come out with the um, uh, episodes of that. At the same time, however, I notice that it's kind of taken over my life. It has taken over. It has most certainly taken over, and I've allowed it to take over. I mean, this whole Mercury retrograde in Pisces has been okay. I don't care about who's viewing this. It's so easy for me to get caught up in feeling my worth and validation by who's viewing this live stream. Nope, this is for me only. This is for me only. I don't care. No. So if you have that mindset, you will be so much happier and so much healthier on social media. So, um, which is kind of why I want to work to get 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers. So I'll see what I can do with that. It may not be an overnight thing, but it'll be something. It'll slowly increase because I just that's all I really want. Not a million, not 10,000, just 1,000, just 1,000, and that's fine. 1,000 is enough. Doesn't have to be a million. 1,000 is enough for me, or 900 or 800, something like that. But probably more significantly more of subscribers than I have now. So, I mean, at the same time, I feel like it's been too much. Like, I feel like I've been making the videos too much. I feel like I've been producing too much. This whole Mercury retrograde has been about my imbalance over producing all this content on social media, on my social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, producing all this content, and I have moved so far away from where I was when I got out of the hospital. Because I was interested in cooking shows. I was interested in reading fiction books. I was interested in watching history documentaries. Like I was interested in all these things, and and I I just February came, and I got started with the AI rabbit hole. I got started just filming stuff, and I just got carried away with it. And I allowed myself to get completely carried away with that. Completely carried away. And it's like, I say to myself, well, there'll be a time when I'll not be motivated to make videos again, and I'll focus on other things sometime. Like, I'll choose to focus on other things and do things differently sometime. It's like, when is that time? When is that time going to come? When? When? Tomorrow? Next week? Next month? No, no. I realize it's never going to come. What I'm going to do is never going to change. So I've accepted that. And I'm going to be real with myself. I'm going to do it now. Like there is this huge part of me that just wants to get back to um, how it was um, before I started all this stuff and I got carried away with it. Like there's just this part of me that really, really, really wants to go back. And I'm going to be real with myself about that part of me that I'm going to lean in and listen to that part of me and and choose to be very, very transparent with myself and be very real with myself and say, okay, I'm never going to stop making videos. I've started, I'm never going to stop, so I might as well break the cycle now. Like, um, I'm going to get carried away with, the videos that I forget about, reading because I might as well, read or, or do whatever, with this. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Why is my memory so bad this morning? um, just gonna take my time here because it's my live stream and I don't have to sit here for anyone. So if I pause, I pause. This is my live stream and I can do what I feel that is right for me to do. So let me pause and think here, if I can. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. So doing that, um, because I have started this book and I have not finished it. I have not gotten back to it in many weeks. It's just been sitting there. It's almost due to go back to the library and I'm gonna have to check it out again. And I'm gonna, I want to get back into that. And I realize that I've been allowing this to completely consume my life. And I'm like, nope, I gotta draw the line. I gotta draw the line with myself. I gotta stop and I gotta stop watching myself all the time. I gotta stop producing all the time. Well, okay, let me clarify. I will produce whatever I feel that I want to produce at that time. Really, podcast episode, vastness of Google podcast episode, besides the scheduled videos. But kind of veering into what I wanted to talk about next is I will stop watching myself so much because I'm like addicted to watching myself. Addicted. Like I just really admire how I talk, how I come across, how I present myself, um, and just I admire just how I talk and all those kind of things like that. That I watch myself and listen to myself all the time, And then I'm just so absorbed into myself that I don't look at the outside world. I don't look at the outside world. I don't look at other videos, other individuals, reading books, watching history documentaries, doing that, like things outside of myself and my videos and what I create. I've just gotten so consumed with it, and so consumed with the videos at this point. I just feel like sometimes I question myself, and I hope that you're not questioning. Question myself: do I have a life outside of this? Do I have a life outside of all this, or is my life just this and completely consumed by it? Just completely this alone. And my family has talked to me about this, before. My mom is, we've had conversations about this regarding this. Um, so I will, um, because, just, and the thing is, I think that I'm the only interesting person in the world when I watch myself so much. It's like, I am the only interesting person in the world, and everybody else is below me. Like, this gets into the superiority mindset. Everybody else is below me, and I'm at a level. Like that. Like I get into that mindset about myself. Like I am superior. I am more interesting. I am more engaging. I am more entertaining than others, and then I'm just disinterested in other videos, other channels, other things like that. I'm just disinterested. Disinterested. Um, and I don't like to be in that mindset. Like this is the we can get into that mindset where we are just such a genius level, like we're a genius or we're so small. Like I'm very, very smart and very intellectually intelligent when it comes to talking about astrology at this point. Well, like I've come into my own. I no longer copy off of astrologers. When I started, I was totally copying off Deborah Silverman, which she did. Now I do my own thing with it. Um, in my own way, and talk about it in my own way at this point. I feel like, and and I just find like I am more entertaining and I am more interesting and I am more engaging than anyone else that I listen to. And I just find that just is such a narrow mindset to get into. Like you think that you're just so absorbed in yourself that you think that you are better than others and you think that you're more entertaining than others. That's a very, very limiting mindset to be in. And I realize that I've had thoughts like that. Like it's very, very limiting to feel that way and to think that way that you are superior and that others are not superior when it comes to how entertaining that they are. And so I don't want to be in that mindset. So I just wanted to say, I mean, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. I've got to change what I'm doing. I want to produce what I want to produce, but at the same time, I want to balance my life because when I was producing 3 videos of the Real Me podcast, producing any other video, somehow I was not, with that, I wasn't cutting off, um, yeah, or not cutting off, but I wasn't putting a healthy limitation in there with myself. So I'm going to produce whatever I want to produce when I want to, but at the same time, I will try to balance my life out a little bit more with the videos and the not watching myself all the time and not getting absorbed in myself all the time. So that's what I wanted to say to that. Um, and the other thing I wanted to say to all this, making videos, is that I am a Taurus North Node. I just remembered to mention this. I was going to mention this. I am a Taurus North Node, And I'm a Scorpio South Node. I take things too extreme, but you know what? I family member keeps saying moderation, moderation, moderation. Do things in moderation. Taurus is a sign that is stubborn and that is fixed and that is committed to its goals, and it will not change it. I have not read something about the Taurus North Node. I have not come across the word moderation when reading about Taurus North Node. I've not come across that word, and I think that there's a reason for it. You are not meant to abandon your South Node and move toward the North Node entirely. You're meant to use the positive side of your South Node and aim towards the North Node with the positive side. So the positive side of Scorpio is really being passionate about something and going all in with something and being committed and having your desires. But Taurus, in a way where you're not obsessive compulsive over it, you're not compulsively just burning through it and charging through it, in a way where you're burning yourself out and working yourself to death in an extreme and intense way. Taurus is doing something that you're passionate about, Scorpio, that is aligned with your values. That's how you can really, really utilize the Taurus North Node and the Scorpio South Node. It's like I have a passion and I'm aligning it with my values. And I'm choosing to do it in a steady way where I'm just allowing myself to do what I want to when I feel like it. I'm allowing myself to be in a state of peace, do what makes me feel good about myself, do what brings me a sense of self-worth, brings me a sense of groundedness, sense of contentment about myself, sense of self-worth about myself. That's all Taurus. That's all Taurus energy. Scorpio is like very, very intensely passionate about something that it's like an obsession. It doesn't have to, being obsessed about something and being so passionate about something that's what you focus on doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, I'd rather have that than be all scattered with Gemini energy and be like one thing over here, one thing over there, and scatter myself out, not commit to anything, not focus on anything, not go in any one particular direction. Um, and scatter yourself out. Um, because of all that. Because with Gemini energy, you're kind of starting all these things, going in all these directions at once. You start, um, doing this thing. Yeah, I think I've already explained that. I don't need to, explain that anymore. So that's the Taurus North Node. I am allowed in this life to do what makes me feel good about myself. I'm allowed, more than allowed. I am implored by the universe, and it is my destiny in this lifetime to lean into doing what I feel good about, not being subservient to just what others want me to do and others' values. Because that's Scorpio, having to follow others. And if somebody is telling me, moderate yourself and do that, and that doesn't feel true for who I am because I know myself and, who I am as a person, like I know myself so well now. And it's the high road of Aries and Taurus North Node is knowing yourself very, very well, and know thyself is the phrase. And I think I know myself really, really well at this point. I'm going to choose to lean into the Taurus North Node, follow my passion, do what makes me feel good, lean into my progressment in Leo, express my creativity, um, put myself out there. My Taurus North Node is in the 5th house of creativity, of things that you create, of fun, of play. So it is, what this means is doing what gives you a sense of self-worth and what makes you feel good, that is of a creative thing. And if you put that together with my Gemini energy in my chart, with my Aries energy, my current transit of progressive moon in Leo, if you put my whole chart together with everything, it will boil down to what I'm doing right here, right now with these videos. This has become my passion. And I'm going to be real about myself, and I'm going to relieve myself of the guilt of doing this. Because I just feel guilty, like I feel like I shouldn't be doing this so much. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be making all these videos. I shouldn't be um, producing so much. But you know what? I will, but I also shouldn't be just so consumed with myself. So it is both and here. So I will give myself the best of both worlds. I will produce whatever I want to produce whenever I want to produce it, but I also want to balance my life out a little bit more with the videos, with not watching myself all the time, and doing all that. So that's what I want to say to that. The next thing, money. The very last thing I want to talk about is money. Oh, money. Money, money, money. I'm a Taurus North Node. Money is part of Taurus, and the thing about Taurus North Node when it comes to money is doing something that you feel good about, like making, like it gives you this you know Taurus' second house, the money that you earn, like the satisfaction and the self-worth that you get, and the good feeling that you get when you have worked for something and you have achieved money. It gives you a sense of self-worth. What I'm talking about here is not that. I'm talking about how I don't like money. It's an inconvenience to whatever you want to get. I downloaded an app for just last night, AI voice. Like changing your voice into an AI voice changer. Oh, you had to pay $7 for it. I was on Spotify Premium, and you had to pay for Spotify Premium, to pay for YouTube Premium. When I was on Spotify Premium, the audiobook hours ran out, and you had to pay $12 to get more audiobook hours if you went over the 15 hours. Um, when I joined, what's it called? Tune to Tune. When I used that for like 3 days, and then it just didn't work anymore, and then it wasn't, it wasn't good anymore. I used Tune to Tune, and when I paid for that, well, it was it wasn't free. You had to pay $14 just to make 100 videos. Like it gave, like, not worth it. Not worth the $14. You can't edit the video. You have a limit of how many videos you can produce. And for me, I can't upload to the channel that I'm currently on now. And it doesn't update how you change your channels and the channels you get rid of and all that stuff. It's not a very, very good deal. So I found Cyberlink, and I've been using that, and that's been working, and that's been sustainable, and that's what I will stick to from this point forward. It's better than the voice changer that I used to use, because the quality is better, and that voice changer thing just doesn't work anymore with producing videos. So it's a good thing that I did that way. I can find something better, and it's a good thing that I did that. I inquired into Cyberlink, so that I and had a problem with Tune to Tune that I was using, so that I could change to Cyberlink. And the day that I did this, I was overreacting. I was very, very emotional. Like, I can't believe I have to wait till I had to contact them, the people at Tune to Tune, to get me logged back in again, because I logged myself out because I was trying to get so I could post to the channel that I'm currently on now, and I couldn't do that because it didn't give me that option, and the other thing was, that when I logged back out, it didn't save the fact that I paid for this thing. So I had to contact them and then wait, and then the person said, very not the most grammatical email, you can subscribe in again, and I joined the cyber one. It's too late. I'm not that patient. Like, I'm not that patient person. I'm not a very patient person when it comes to what I want to do in my values. Like, I'm just not that person, and that's who I am. And so I overreact when things get very, very dramatic, and I cried, and I was very emotional, and I was very worked up, and I was very just really going through it tough that morning at my grandparents' house. Um, so yeah, so that was that. My I've been resistant to money since day one. Uh, I've just been resistant to money, very much resistant to money. I don't know what it is about money, but I'm just resistant to it. Resistant to the whole idea around it being a complication. Like, what has happened to the world that we live in today? What has happened to the world that we live in today? Things used to be cheaper, and now they're just prices are going up, and oh, it's just so depressing. So like, I just feel so depressed when I think about this. I just I just want to crawl up into a ball and wake up to a world that has cheaper. The things are cheaper, and they're like, with money, it should be something called um um easy hard, easy difficult. Like, there is a limitation to how many things that you can buy because of the money, but the prices are inexpensive, and you can buy quite a bit of things. Not, oh, you have to sacrifice all the things you really want and just prioritize the most important things because of how expensive things are. You have to cut down and wow, wow, makes me so sad. Makes me so sad to think that way. That I can't get what I want without a healthy limitation, but I can't get what I want because of this darn money interfering. Just, and I have Neptune in the second house, so I'm like, my whole thing is escaping money, deluding myself about money, doing all this. And I want to do this video on Neptune in the second house because I want to go into this whole conversation. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Like, I'll have a schedule for the Basins of Google, but I just want to update that podcast when I want to. Like, again, it's both doing more videos and then cutting it down. So, just, I'm so, again, so many aspects of money. And I always have been, and I probably always will. If the world can get back to just a better place with money, that would be so great. That would be just so great. I would just, this is what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to apologize for this. Okay, I'm not going to apologize for this. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to speak my truth. Our president is not doing his due diligence when it comes to lowering prices. Because he made all these promises like, I'm going to lower prices. I'm going to, um, I'm going to make America great again. I'm going to lower the prices and do all this stuff. Well, prices are going up and taxes are going up with things, and it's just false promises. Like, just he delivers things without substance, without any, real substance to what he is talking about. I mean, the president has no air, no earth in his chart, like almost zero earth. I don't think any at all. I mean, I don't know. And so that says a lot because, Gemini energy just kind of at worst, it can be very shallow and can be not true and can be lying and very kind of mischievous. And they kind of all get the twins, how the twins are, trickster. And then other factors, like the Leo rising, at worst, Leo rising, Leo as a sign can be narcissistic. And if you have seen the president, you certainly know the narcissism going on with that. The narcissism, just wanting to make yourself look good and feel very, very good. Um, and just and you need to be in control. A need to be large and in charge. A need to be in power. A need to be noticed. A need to be validated by others. That's. And there's other factors I won't go into here, but um, personally, my personal view on this is there's supposed to be in America midterm elections. And I'm hoping that somebody else becomes president. I mean, I'm hoping. I am hoping. Now, you may disagree with me. You may be watching this and like, no, I disagree. Are you really seeing things objectively? Are you really seeing what this man has done that is wrong? That is unethical, that is illegally wrong? Are you really seeing it with clarity? Or are you swayed by all the stories and all the news that tells you, oh, it's fine, and it's made all these promises and then whatever? Like, you have to see things objectively with news and politics. We don't do that because we're so biased. We're so on, you know, we're so polarized that we can't find the happy medium. And this is not going to help us moving to the Aquarian age. We have to find a way to come together. We have to find a way to come together and make peace and come together. We have to find a way to um, we have to find a way to um, lower our judgments and lower our biases and see things with more objective clarity. That's what we have to do. We have to somehow find a way to come together, even if we totally dislike each other and if we totally disagree with each other. We have to find a way, because otherwise we will not evolve as humanity. We will not move into the Aquarian age, and this whole political thing is just keeping us from our collective evolution, our collective growth. And it's sad. It is sad. Very sad. The state of the world right now. And money is contributing to that. Money is certainly a factor that's contributing. Things are becoming more expensive. Gas prices are going up. It's so depressing. It makes me just so sad and feel so just it makes me feel very down in the dumps when I think of all these things and when I feel into these things. And so I don't want this to be our reality for that much longer if we can make it that. I would like to see some changes. And I think if way back in November 2024, if, Kamala was president, then we would be in a very different situation right now. And I think that um, those who voted for him as president are waking up to say, oh, you didn't promise what you said you were going to promise, and now we're waking up and now we're going to kind of change our tune and then, you know, vote for somebody else. So I'm not going to apologize for putting this out there. I have the right to speak my opinions on these types of things. I don't care if there's resistance to it when I get a huge following and other people are resistant to it. I will talk about what I feel is in my heart to talk about at the time, and I will not apologize for that with whatever it is. Yeah, that's all I want to say on this live stream. I just thought I'd come on and just share my thoughts about these kind of things. Um, go check out the videos for the week if you haven't seen your New Moon and Pisces horoscopes for your sign, and then the horoscope video for that. You can check that out. You can go check out my other videos that I have, and I'll probably maybe if I feel like I want to do a video on Neptune in the second house, because I want to talk about money and all that kind of thing very, very clearly and do that. Like I will allow myself to do these things because I want to update my Best to Google podcast. Like I'll have the planned videos, but if I feel like I want to, I'll allow myself to do this because it's my passion and it's what I want to do and it makes me feel good about myself. So I will do that. Maybe. So anyway, that's all for now, everybody, and I will see you on the next video.